Alright, so stats are taken care of. Now we just need to apply some more powers and such. Okay, so I believe we wanted to do a voodoo theme. Let's go ahead and get our block. Might not necessarily be the next power that you want to get if you're leveling. But then again, it wouldn't be wrong either. You know, you gotta block some stuff. Whalen Towels likes having you do some blocking. Alright, another power that we can get that can be useful is this debuff here, Will-o'-the-Wisp. Let's scroll down to the good number stuff here. Applies debilitating poison to your primary target, suffering -12 resistance to toxic damage for 16 seconds. You do toxic damage, this is good. This is the gift that keeps on giving. Yeah, so let's get some of that. Let's see here. Another good one, Defile. I've mentioned it before. It's like mini blast, big blast. Actually, this is a blast. This is a really big blast. You charge up a little bit more, and boom, hit them hard with that sucker. So let's go ahead and get that puppy. Alright, we know we don't need any more of that. Devour Essence might not be the thing that we need here. Venomous Breath, Epidemic, close area attack stuff. I don't know, probably not something that we want for this build. If you wanted to play with a change, you could, but we've already got these things here. That's kind of covered. Let's go find some other stuff. Condemn, that could be a really good one. It's a nice ranged area attack, so as you're leveling, you got something out there you want to hit with that, you could do that. You know, poison an entire group while you're going, and you know, just kind of work from there. Let's go ahead and pick that puppy up. Alright, so now we're down to here. We want to have this because it is a fun little ability. We're going to get Curse. It definitely, you get a little doll. It's going to do some damage. It's kind of it's more of a crowd control thing, but you can have some fun with it. So let's go ahead and get it for right now. Some other things. Obviously, get yourself some rebirth because you want to be able to bring yourself back to life. And also, probably something we should have done a heck of a lot earlier if we were leveling, is get yourself some resurgence. You know, what's the point of coming back to life when you could have just prevented yourself from dying in the first place? So let's go ahead and pick up that too. Although, you know, like I said, if you were leveling, get those suckers flipped around. Okay. So, you've got a couple more powers left you could do. Let's go ahead and get something that's kind of zombie themed, since we're going to do the voodoo thing. And this might be fun. We're going to get March of the Dead. So you can summon zombies. Alright. And you've got one power left. A lot of different options you could do. So let me go over some of the options of, you know, what you could put in there. You could put in regeneration. Why get another slotted passive? Hey, a lot of those of you know me know that I like having the ability to go not so squishy, you know, from glass cannon to not so squishy. And regeneration, having the health come back, and plus a little bit of defense can be helpful and can help keep you alive. So that's one option of what you could do. Another thing you could do, I always love having a DPS that if all of their, you know, stuff they need to do for damage dealing is taken care of, they can go ahead and resurrect everybody else. Plus, with Death's Embrace, you get the extra added bonus of flailing your arms around like a Muppet. And, you know, one thing I can't stress enough is that when you can resurrect other people at a cosmic or something like that, it takes a load off the healers, and you can get everybody else back into play. You know, or like if there's that time when you're doing Kigatelik and you're the only one who's noticing Kiga's facing us, so you go off to the side and then just watch as Kigatelik does his breath attack and just mows everybody down. Oh, it's some beautiful stuff right there. And then you can go over and start, you know, bringing everybody back to life. Yeah. Although some of them might be just, they want to stay dead from embarrassment or something. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and select Death's Embrace. And that uses up all of our powers there. So let's go ahead and arrange these things on here in a way that makes kind of like some sense, or at least, you know, sense to however you like to do this stuff. Now, one power that we definitely don't have on here is an active offense. We could have put in just about anything. When in doubt, go with I think it's Ego Surge. That could have helped, so you can do a little bit more damage at times. Something else that we should do is we want to take our build 1 and turn it into a range damage build. And we've got a nice little bullet over there, so we're going to do range damage. And we've got a slotted passive that's range DPS, and we've got these things here. Something else that I want to do, I want to put these around here. So I've got my energy builder. I know button number 2 is going to be my debuff, and then blast, big blast, area effect blast, and curse, because it's fun. Alright, and now let's go ahead and do ranks and advantages. If you're leveling, the first thing I usually do when I'm leveling is I'm going to do my slotted passive, and the reason is it's going to buff everything else that I have. All my, if I'm doing damage, this is going to be one of those things that gets factored into that equation for figuring out how much more damage I do. Alright, we could pick some of these other things here on Will-o'-the-Wisp. They're good. I like getting cursed if I have a sorcery tune, and instead of using Hex of Suffering, I think it is, because that's got like a 50-foot range, this has got a 100-foot range, and so I can stay back a little bit further while I'm soul beaming, which also has a 100-foot range. We don't necessarily need to do that unless we want to help out everybody else. Something that's always a good idea, I like getting Pact, or whatever it is that's going to resurrect up to, 4 other teammates when I do the resurrection. So let's go ahead and get that. If you've got some points left over, you could put some stuff in there, but again, get them up, let them worry about getting their health up there again. Alright, so now Curse, kind of funny. We got some other stuff here. We can get Jinx, which is going to make their how much damage they do and their movement speed go down. We got Needles, causes the target to start bleeding. Ugh. Yeah. And Covet applies Restoration, which gives you a heal over time when you do it. Maybe you're sucking the life from them, I don't know. And this one here will refresh all your poison stacks. All of them sound like pretty cool things. We'll come back to that just to see if we want something else. Alright, Voodoo Doll, this is your block. And I always like to look at the special abilities and see if there's something that just like says, oh yes, I want to get that. So in this case here with the Voodoo Curse, every incoming attack that you block has a small chance of stunning nearby enemies. The effect can occur at most once every 10 seconds. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I think I'd rather just have a rank 3 block for when I'm doing my Cosmics. Alright. Aspect of the Infernal. This is our form. We're not going to buff it. The reason being is it's kind of a waste of your points unless you have all the points in the world left over. It's kind of a waste because it's just going to give you more stacks when you initially start off. And it doesn't always go back to, you would think, rank 3 stacks. No, it's going to use up your stacks and then go back to nothing again. Maybe for PvP it's nice to have the head start or something, but nah, we're not going to do that. Alright, so then we're going to scroll up here. Condemn Dark Rune. A full charge. Drops a healing rune. That could be cool. What else we got here? Well, let's go ahead and load up our Infernal Blast. And this one here basically says that when I hit somebody who have poisoned, it will spread poison or something. Let's just get more. Let's just have Big Boom. Let's have that Big Boom. Speaking of Big Boom, let's go ahead and hit that Defile. Plague Bearer. Put some other type of poison on there, I guess. And hits people around it. Nah, we just want to hit Big Boom. Alright. Rebirth. Grave Consequences. We want to have more zombies coming up with us? Sure, why not? March of the Dead. Forced March. Forced March increases the duration of your zombies. That could be cool. We've got 16 points left over. Kind of want to scroll through here and see if there's something else that I just absolutely want to have. Let's go ahead and get that one. What does Redemption Denied do? Paralyzes your primary target and stuns the others. That could be interesting. Dark Rune, that was the one that drops the Healing and Corrupting Force. On a full charge, applies debilitating poison to your primary target. So that would be another way for you to poison stuff. Now, if we wanted to, we could go back and redo this build and either A, keep this one here, which has a range of 50 feet, and then we could get rid of the Will-o'-the-Wisp, and then just like as part of our rotation, we might do like, you know, throw out the Condemn, then do the Blast and the Defile as you're going to, you know, do big numbers and that sort of thing. This might seem a little redundant. I don't know. We could also get rid of Condemn and not worry so much about range, or I'm sorry, area effect damage, and maybe find some other things to get that kind of range damage in there. This one, again, this is just sort of like a, hey, let's play around with this. Let's sort of get forward here, and on your own build, you can figure out what you're going to do there. This is over on the test, and that's why we have test, right? All right, so we're just going to go ahead and get that big ol' damage going there. Skipping that. Let's make him bleed. Go ahead and let some people have some more health. Now, I know some people are like, you don't need accelerated metabolism or something, but, you know, you can get your energy back a little bit faster. And, you know, there's something else we haven't done yet. A couple different things we haven't done. We haven't gotten any travel powers. Let's keep it simple. We're going to get flight and athletics. And back to ranks and advantages. We're going to go down to the bottom. I like to get there, and I like to get there at a decent speed. For whatever it is I got. And generally I think of flight as like I'm going around the big map, the big area to get there type thing, and athletics as I'm on my map that I'm doing whatever it is I'm doing. I want to move at a decent speed, here we go. Although, you know, sometimes you can just, you know, use athletics to go everywhere if you want. Yeah. That leaves me with 2 more points to spend. There you go. Let's have zombies that are worth something there. Alright, so we've done that. Now it's time to look at the specialization tree. Figure out what the heck we're going to get.